subscribers. Pops and I want to let you know how much we really appreciate you. For you to come and spend your time with us and consume the content. While we understanding that you have busy lives, we want to thank you and bless. Well, family, after a long weekend, a long 2 weeks, I want to spend some time with the family, caught a vibe, and now I'm headed back home. Won't necessarily say where I'm going, but heading back home, about to tap back into this good energy, right? So I wanted to come and talk to y'all today about something that is hitting me so hard. Pause. Basically, I have this dilemma. I just turned 31, right? Now, from the time of, let's say, 14 to about 25, let's say 24, because around 25 was when I started like diving into real estate and kind of like doing my due diligence. But let's say from 14 to about 24. Now at 31, I'm at this pivotal point. See, during 14 through 24, my life was basically focused around a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just came from Korea and I had a good time. But when I was in Korea, I didn't have any responsibilities either. Now, when I got back to the States, purchased a property and whatnot, but long story short is what I'm saying is between that age of 14 through 24, my life solely consisted on a good time. Now, when I hit 25 and I started doing research on real estate and I started finding out about crypto and just diving in a little bit, like I didn't really have the knowledge of what I have now. But at 31, there came a pivotal point. It really hit me at 30, but there came a pivotal point where I started looking at life differently. And I know Big Ward said this. It's like the more knowledge you get, the more depressed you get in a way. When I was living in my bliss and I didn't understand how the reality of the world worked and how finances worked and how if you don't set up the right financial security system for your life specifically, you'll work and die on the job. Now, a lot of people don't get what I'm saying when I say work and die on the job. That means that you'll be 70, 80 years old working and probably die on the job and never get to experience the life that you so long for and so dream of. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody dreams of going to the islands. They want to go to the beach. They want to have a great time and pop a bottle. But see, all those things consist of the good time. You know what I'm saying? I was doing that in my good time. But when I started realizing, oh, if I don't set a financial security system, if I don't invest right, if I don't have any properties to where I can get some passive income, if I don't create a cash flow system, if I don't have multiple strings of income, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to die on the job and I'll never enjoy life the way that I so long for because I'll be too busy working. So all my money will be going towards paying bills and going towards a vacation just to go back and go to work so I can continue to pay bills and then I can continue to go on these vacations or I can continue to pop the bottle with the money that I'm making from my job, which means that they're going to give me a couple weeks off and then after that I got to go back to work. Now, I want to tell you that this really hit me hard at 30. See, this is the warning about turning 30 that nobody told you. Because what people don't understand is when you're young, you're focused on having a good time, but you're not paying attention to the reality of the way that the financial system and the way that our system in America and in the world works. The world is a debt financial system. It is built off of debt. And when I say that, you can get rich on debt. You can get wealthy on debt, but if you don't have the proper debt, then you're gonna die on the job and work forever. Okay? Now you're probably asking me like, well, what do you mean it's a debt system? What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's talk about positive debt and let's talk about negative debt. I'm not going to give you a full class on this, but I want to tell you the reality, what hit me when I turned 30. You got positive debt, cash flow systems. Positive debt is getting a 4-unit property, like a fourplex, a duplex, or bigger. I want to say just go fourplex, because a single family home absolutely is the worst idea unless you're financially free and all your expenses are covered by a residual based income. And I know I'm going deep. I know I'm going deep because y'all probably saying, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, let's go back and let's start with baby steps. A fourplex, right? That you don't live in. Now you could live in it and then you could rent out the three units, and then you could basically have them pay the property down. But what you want to do is you want to find a 4-unit that doesn't have you underwater. And what underwater means is where you're making less than the actual mortgage costs. If you can accomplish that, right, and then you can secure yourself some residual income, which means that you would be cash flowing roughly about $1,000 a month. Now you have created a positive cash flow asset. Anything other than that is illiquid, and that makes no sense, right? So we're looking for positive cash flow assets that are gonna provide us a residual income monthly, so that it can replace the finances that we actually make for working. So if you're making $2,000 a month at your job, then you want to find a positive cash flow asset that is going to provide you with that $2,000 a month that is going to set you free. See, now my mind is stuck in this. You see what I'm saying? It's stuck here right now. It's a problem. It's stuck. Because I know that if I go and have a good time, then I'm gonna suffer for my lack of doing the right thing. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem that I'm facing right now. Because I wanna go have fun. There's so many people in the world that I miss their presence. I miss having a great time. I miss being around them. But I know that if I don't do it right, and if I don't do it now, then I'm gonna be too old. And not necessarily too old because, I forgot what buddy's name is, but he's like Gary V. He's always real positive. He's like, oh, you're only 31, you have all the time in the world. Well, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? It's not true. You don't have all the time in the world. And I'm actually scared, because if I don't make the right decisions right now, that means that I'm going to suffer forever. Now, I won't suffer forever because I'm going to make the right decisions. But in having this immediate mind switch at 30 and deep diving into these positive mindset, growth, trials and tribulations that I feel that God is sending me through, I believe that this is like the hardest time of my life, because for the first quarter of my life, all I was doing was having fun. And in this second quarter of my life, really, you know what I'm saying, the second quarter, I'm solely focused on a specific goal in order to accomplish. And I know a lot of people say, well, the fun will always be there. The fun will always be there. But see, the problem is lack of relational building with individuals that have been such a positive influence on my life, and me not spending time with these individuals because I'm stuck focusing on a goal. And I know that a lot of people would say, well, if they love you, if they're really for you, then they'll be there regardless of you spending time with them or not. Well, maybe so, but mentally it's hard, because you start to analyze like the first quarter and then you analyze the second quarter, they're polar opposites. They're polar opposites. And I would say that, family, I want you all to start looking at your future. Don't solely focus on the vacation though. You know what I'm saying? We all want to take a vacation, but family, I want y'all to focus on what's important, man. Focus on what's important. Focus on that bag, because the sooner you focus on it, the sooner you can get out of your bliss. And I'm telling you, my bliss is like amazing. I miss my bliss. I would love to just party 24/7 and have a great time. But as reality is showing me, as I'm doing more research, my bliss is becoming misconstrued. It's becoming poisoned by the reality of what the world is demonstrating about individuals who don't take the proper proceeds to their life. They end up homeless, family. They end up either homeless or they end up working till they're 70 and dying on the job. And family, I don't want that to be us. So I'm telling you, I'm not having a midlife crisis. This isn't a midlife crisis. This is a midlife switch, so that I don't end up having a midlife crisis in the future. If that makes sense, family. But I just wanted to get that off my chest. I know that, sometimes, y'all don't really listen to this type of information, but family, this is probably the deepest thing that I've ever told y'all. And it's something that I'm battling right now. It's a self-inflicted, it's self-inflicted because I could just go out and have a great time, but I'm a dig deep. I'm a dive in. And for anybody who hears this, if you know me, I want y'all to know that I really do care about everybody. I really care about everybody that I've ever built a relationship with. Right now in my life, it's just, I gotta be locked in, because the lifestyle that I would love to provide for myself and everybody around me, I want it to be proper. I want it to be great. I want it to be immaculate. And in order for it to be immaculate, I have to do what I'm doing right now. That means that I have to take a couple years to myself, lock in, and make it happen. Take those funds, invest them the proper way, and then build it so that when I finally do come back and I step out the shadows, it's not like we're having a good time, but it's a false good time where it ends on a Monday and I got to go back to work, versus when it could be every single day, no worries, no problems, is good to go, no stress in mind, because the residual income is there, the expenses are taken care of, and everything is a positive flow asset. Well, family, we all want to be successful, we all want to be somewhere in life, but in order to do that, you got to do something that you ain't never done before. And that's the reason that we're doing this right here, right now. Everybody be blessed, be safe, we out.